I have decided to start my crocheting journey. I went to Joann's. I picked up the Woobles. It's so cute. I've tried crocheting one other time, and that was when I was in high school. I tried making a granny square, and it kept becoming a circle. So I tried like 2 times, and then I gave up. I rage quit and I gave up. Honestly, I was a crafty little girl back in the day. I learned how to do origami and to make crepe paper flowers and those little fabric friendship bracelets, and I learned beading, which is just like making little animal like keychains with like beads. So I did like a lot of stuff. So I thought, you know what? How hard could crocheting be? It can't be that hard. It was so hard, and I gave up immediately. And most of these things I learned through Barnes and Nobles. What is it? The Barnes and Nobles. I don't know. They had like little kits that you could buy, and that's how I learned, with booklets and like books. And that's how I tried learning crocheting, but it didn't work out that way. So I just gave up. And honestly, Woobles have been around for a couple of years now, and I am their target demographic. I've seen the Woobles for years, and I said, no, I cannot. I suck at crocheting. I don't want to get invested and get my heart broken because I cannot crochet. And then I saw that they collab with Elise Myers, and she has like a little sound clip saying, if you have ADHD, don't learn crocheting by making granny squares. Those are boring, and you're gonna give up really easily because you'll make one and then you will whatever, it's boring. You made a square and you need like a million of those squares to make something else that's not a square. And she was like, start with the Woobles because you won't get bored because it's so cute and satisfying. And I was like, whoa. I've never had a unique experience in my life, and I'm okay with that. So I was like, oh, I have to have a Wooble. I have to have a Wooble.
See what's inside. All right. Ooh. Okay, here are her little cheekies, her mouth, the super cute little custom, what is this called? Crochet hook. Here is her body. The yarn for her body feels pretty soft. It kind of feels like a t-shirt, like a cotton t-shirt, but I don't think this is cotton, or maybe it is. Comes with her stuffing. And last but not least, her instructions. And here, there's that, and then her QR code to make it is on the back. The black, oh, I think those are her, oh, those are not her eyeballs. What is that? I don't know what that black is for, but it's there. And then in here are her eyes and a big needle. So this is how the Woobles work. You get your little cute photo card of your little guy. The back of it has a QR code. You scan the QR code. You put in the password, and then pops up a series of videos of how to make your little guy. Each video is like a couple seconds to like a couple minutes long. So that way, if you're like trying to figure out a part, you don't have to keep rewinding and it won't go forward without you wanting to go forward. Also, something that I didn't realize until I was almost done making my cinnamon roll is that if you just scroll up, in the top right hand corner is a PDF. So if you just don't want to watch the videos and you're an expert and you have a Wooble for some reason, you can do that. Or if you just are more visual and you need the pattern written down, you can look at it. Because I definitely needed that, and I just wrote the patterns down in a notebook, like manually instead. Okay, updates. I have made my first round, as she called it, on my little Wooble. It looks like I've barely done anything. Technically, I've made like 12 stitches or something like that, and it took me like 20 minutes. I mean, part of that is because I was like learning how to do it, but Yeah, I can feel myself becoming addicted. Updates, I have just finished round 4. It went so much faster than the other 2 rounds, probably because I kind of know what I'm doing and they kind of let me go. I also now have a cup of tea and cheesecake with me. This is going super well. I have been crocheting for about 3 hours. This is my progress. I am definitely addicted. I now have to write things down. I write down like the pattern that I'm making because they taught us how to do that. And then she also wants me to write down every time I do a stitch. On round 5, it was just the same stitch 24 times in a row and nothing else. So I put on a video and then I was 3 inches in, like a different video, not like the instructional video, like a YouTube video. I started watching it, I got 3 stitches in and I had to start over because I got so confused because I couldn't remember what stitch I was on. But then on round 7 through 9, that was also just the same stitch and I was able to watch a video and I was totally fine. Looking pretty cute. She's looking very egg-like. I also flipped her over a couple rounds ago because I learned that there's a wrong side and a right side. I literally did not notice until she told me. This is where we are at. I'm finished, or mostly finished with the body. It's time to add the eyes. This is day 3 of working on this. It's taken about 3 to 4 hours to get here. I could have finished this on day 2 or like the body on day 2, but I didn't have time to film. So here we are. Here are our little eyeballs. They gave me 3 in case I lose one. They also gave me black yarn in the beginning that I was like, what is this for? It's for her eyes. I think they just put it in by mistake because her eyes are blue and they gave me blue. So, or I think I was supposed to get extra blue because I think this is also her mouth. Okay. I was pushing it in the wrong way because they said flat side, but to me, I guess this side is flat. Never mind. There we go. So cute.
What you want to do is pull until that plushie.
She's a little egg. She's so cute. She's a bit lumpy, but that's okay. She has a bit of a booty. There she is, my little egg. Oh, the lighting in here is horrendous. Okay, I made 2 little arms. It's time to sew them on. I made them through magic rings. I also learned to tighten the magic ring. You just gotta pull on that little thread. I definitely undid a magic ring because there was a little hole in the circle, but you could just pull on it and it'll become tighter. So that's a good thing to learn. She has 1 hand. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So the ears are next, and instead of really guiding me, they just said, here's the pattern, follow it, which I do think I'm ready for, but that was just like super shocking. They like really held my hand until right now. Here she is. Tail is done. I didn't even know Cinnamoroll had a tail, but that makes sense. I had to trust the process because it was at first making me do like a super, just like a long straight line. I was like, this is so weird. The way this is a tail, but then they curled it and it looks like a cinnamon roll, which does make a ton of sense. Okay, she's done. I've done it. She's so chirpy. She's so cute. I definitely want to make her again and just kind of see, you know, improvement. Maybe in like a month or 2 or a year. Here are my final thoughts on the Woobles. It's been several months since I've started crocheting and it did its job. I'm addicted to crocheting. This is all yarn, and then here's another little Wooble guy right here on my lamp. So the question is, do I think the Woobles kits are worth it? And the answer is, for me, yes, 100%. I genuinely don't think I would have started crocheting without a kit that like really held my hand and walked me through just like everything. And even after I started crocheting like the Woobles, I wanted to make garments, and it was like a little confusing to start, honestly, because it's different than working the round, and I kind of wished I had someone else that really held my hand and like walked me through everything, but I figured it out, it was fine. I think crochet requires you to have a very math-centric brain, like an engineer or an architect, or, you know, designing clothes in any way, or like programming. Yeah, you just need like a math-centric brain, and I don't have that. My friend came over recently and she wanted to learn a little bit of crocheting, and she picked it up really fast when I was teaching her, and then I convinced her to get a Woobles kit, and she really, really liked it. But she has a math-centric brain, and I don't think she needed a kit. I think she could have just figured it out on her own with, like, you know, tutorials and YouTube videos and all that stuff. So I think it really depends on how comfortable you feel. I think it's worth it. I really like them. That's pretty much it. Bye. It's me and my kids.